Did you know that the Bahamas is a state that consists of over 700 islands? Its location, just southeast of Florida and north of Cuba, makes it an accessible travel paradise for millions of tourists. That's reason enough to take a closer look at the Bahamas. The islands, only about 30 of which are inhabited, stretch across roughly 100,000 square miles of ocean. The terrain here is mostly flat. Yet, despite its flatness, the islands are never boring. Their white sand beaches have inspired countless postcards and perhaps a few romantic proposals gone hilariously wrong on the shifting sands. Tourism is the economic backbone of the Bahamas. It contributes over 50% to its GDP. The islands attract over 9 million visitors annually, with a majority arriving via cruise ships. The country enjoys a relatively high standard of living compared to other Caribbean nations. The Bahamian dollar is pegged to the US dollar at a 1-to-1 ratio. This is a dream scenario for American tourists who failed algebra. No formulas, no conversions, just hand over a dollar and call it a day. The largest and busiest airport is Lynden Pindling International Airport in Nassau, named after the country's first Prime Minister. Nassau, the capital of the Bahamas, sits on New Providence, one of the smallest but most populated islands. Its position, just 180 miles southeast of Miami, has made it a prime travel destination and an important port city. New Providence is small, spanning only 21 miles in length and 7 miles in width, yet it holds the majority of the nation's population, with Nassau as its heartbeat. Its proximity to major cruise routes ensures a constant influx of tourists. Tourism drives Nassau's economy. Each year, millions of visitors pour into the city. Many arrive by cruise ship, with Nassau serving as one of the busiest ports in the Caribbean. In 2023 alone, over 3 million cruise passengers visited the city. These visitors typically spend a few hours exploring before returning to their floating hotels. The city is particularly famous for its beaches, nightlife, and some great shopping. Cable Beach, located just west of downtown Nassau, has earned its reputation as the Bahamian Riviera. The waters here are shallow and calm, which makes them ideal for swimming. Families with children will especially appreciate the gentle waves and safe conditions. History lovers can tour Nassau's 18th century colonial forts. Fort Charlotte, the largest of the three, has some underground tunnels and dungeons. Nassau's famous straw market is a busy place where visitors can shop for handmade goods, souvenirs, and some local art. The people here sell everything from woven bags to carved wooden trinkets, often accompanied by spirited haggling. Tourists are encouraged to negotiate prices, though the vendors are experts at spotting hesitation. Blink twice, and you've just paid $50 for a coconut. Before we continue, please consider hitting the like button to support our channel. It's very important. Just a short bridge ride away from Nassau lies Paradise Island, home to the iconic Atlantis Resort. The island's natural beauty is undeniable, almost as if it were designed by a tourism board. But with such perfection comes a hint of artificiality. Many parts of the island, including its centerpiece, the Atlantis Resort, feel manufactured. It's a paradise, but only if you enjoy sharing it with thousands of other tourists. The Bahamas has a rich culture, but you might not notice it on Paradise Island. The resorts dominate the landscape, giving you sanitized versions of Bahamian life. The Atlantis Resort dominates the island. The accommodations are luxurious and the service is top-notch. For those seeking an all-inclusive vacation, it surely delivers. The resort's Aquaventure water park has some great attractions like the Leap of Faith, a water slide that sends you through a shark-filled lagoon. Sounds fun, right? Yet, the luxury comes with a price, literally. Rooms often cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per night. Meals and drinks are similarly marked up, and while the island mostly attracts visitors with money to burn, it offers little for budget travelers. Eleuthera is a narrow ribbon of land that stretches across the azure waters of the Bahamas. Its geography seems determined to defy expectations. The island is just over a mile wide at its thinnest point and allows you to experience the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea at the same time. This sounds poetic until you realise it also means there's nowhere to hide from the wind. The island stretches for about 110 miles, but don't get too excited. Most of it is uninhabited or inaccessible. Roads, where they exist, are a blend of potholes and optimism. The famed glass window bridge is one of the island's star attractions, where a narrow strip of land separates the roiling Atlantic from the serene Caribbean. Tourists come here for photos, but locals warn that strong waves have been known to carry people away. The beaches, it must be said, are great. Pink Sands Beach, with its pastel blush of crushed coral, is a favourite among visitors. Eleuthera does not beg for attention. Its beaches do not offer sun loungers or waiters bearing drinks. Want fresh seafood? Good luck. Fishermen return when they're ready, not when you're hungry. If you want a 5-star resort experience, Nassau is that way. Here, you get a towel and some sunscreen. The Great Abaco Island is part of the Bahamian Abaco chain. It's a long, narrow strip of land that stretches for 120 miles. The terrain is relatively flat, covered in pine forests, mangroves, and scattered settlements. In 2019, Hurricane Dorian smashed into Great Abaco. Entire towns were flattened, and the island's infrastructure was decimated. Recovery has been slow. The island is rebuilding, but it's hard not to notice the scars. The largest town, Marsh Harbour, is the island's main hub. Main hub here means it has an airport, a few grocery stores, and exactly one street where anything might happen. Great Abaco is a sailor's dream. It's perfect if you have a yacht. For the rest of us, there are ferries, which are charmingly unpredictable and may or may not arrive when you expect. The beaches are stunning, particularly Treasure Cay, which has been repeatedly voted one of the world's best. Grand Bahama Island is a microcosm of Caribbean allure. Stretching over 530 square miles, Grand Bahama is the 4th largest island in the Bahamas. Tourism is the lifeblood of the island, accounting for much of its economy. Grand Bahama is disarmingly accessible. It is just 55 miles off the coast of Florida, which might explain why so many Americans treat it as an extension of their backyard. Cruise ships routinely disgorge thousands of visitors at Freeport, the island's largest city. Freeport is unassuming, with small wooden homes and a few roadside stalls. Its history as a settlement of freed slaves adds some depth to an otherwise sleepy community. Walking through its streets is less about sightseeing and more about absorbing a slice of Bahamian heritage. Despite its modest size of 40 acres, Lucayan National Park is Grand Bahama Island's most popular attraction. The park's most famous feature is its underwater cave systems, among the longest on the planet. These limestone formations are thousands of years old. Experienced divers can explore these caves and the subterranean wildlife. For non-divers, the park has some boardwalks. The popular Gold Rock Beach also lies within the park. Interestingly, this beach gained international fame as a filming location for Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean series. The Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park in the Bahamas is a 175 square mile protected area of clean wilderness. It was established in 1958 and became the first marine reserve in the Caribbean. The park spans a portion of the Exuma Cays, a chain of small islands surrounded by coral reefs and aquamarine waters. Here, marine life flourishes under strict no-take policies. Fishing, hunting, and even shell collecting are banned. The marine ecosystem is staggering in its diversity. Coral reefs, seagrass beds, and mangroves teem with life. Species like Nassau grouper, queen conch, and hawksbill turtles live here, far away from the frying pan. However, let's not pretend this isn't partly because most people simply don't have the yachts or helicopters needed to get there. Visitors lucky enough to reach the park are encouraged to tread lightly. They can snorkel and scuba dive, but only if they promise not to disturb the environment. The Exuma Cays pigs are a very special curiosity. Some claim sailors left them behind, intending to return and use them as a food source. Others suggest they swam to the island from a nearby shipwreck, which seems a bit ambitious for pigs, but makes for a dramatic story. Andros Island, the largest in the Bahamas archipelago, is often overlooked. The total population of the island hovers around 8,000. That's fewer people than you'd find at a decent-sized Bahamian beach resort. Andros has the third largest barrier reef in the world. Of course, to appreciate this, you need to already be a certified diver, or at least comfortable with the idea of staring into a bottomless blue void while holding your breath. Andros is also known as the bonefishing capital of the world. For those unfamiliar, bonefish are elusive, fast, and apparently great for testing one's patience. Fly fishers flock here, desperate to prove they can still outsmart a creature with a brain the size of a peanut. The island is also home to several national parks, covering nearly half the island. These parks are full of wildlife like flamingos, rock iguanas, and the Andros land crab, which has its own annual festival. Yes, a crab festival. Have you ever visited the Bahamas? Let us know in the comments. If you loved this video, hit the like button and subscribe to World Travel Guide.